We'll start with an opening comment from Coach Butler, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes, followed by questions for Coach Butler. Coach?
Well, we're obviously very disappointed. We didn't come here to play close or make it respectable or, with any other expectation except to win. Tennessee obviously did a great job of getting themselves to the free throw line and really capitalized on those opportunities. We did a really below average job of defense in the first half, and I think for us in our locker room, we felt like that was the story of the game. Played a really tough and gutsy second half, but against a good team, you can't just pick and choose. You got to bring it possession to possession. You got to give Tennessee a lot of credit for the way that they played throughout.
Thanks, Coach. We'll take some questions for the student athletes.
Sydney, can you talk about just your mindset going into your first SEC, your second, obviously, against Tennessee, but you seem extra aggressive. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Can you just talk about your mindset going into today's game?
My 22 points was because of my teammates. They found me really well, and I was being aggressive. So my mindset was kind of just being aggressive and finishing. So.
Any others for the student athletes? Got one on the front right.
You guys trailed by only 7 when Simmons went out with 4 fouls. At that point, she was the leading scorer on the floor. Do you think that was an opportunity for you? Because Tennessee then answered with a, 8-2 run for the.
Jatera, we'll let you.
Can you restate that question? I didn't understand what you were asking.
When Megan Simmons went out with 4 fouls, with about 7 minutes left, you guys at that point trailed by only 7. Was that, do you think, an opportunity that was lost? Because I think Tennessee then had an 8-2 run after Simmons went out.
Whether she was on or off the court didn't dictate what we were doing. We didn't execute offensively and defensively, so whether she was on the court or not didn't factor into what we were trying to do. So did that answer your question?
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Butler.
Coach, going forward, what do you want your players to really kind of take away from this? Because a lot of games this year, you all were in it with a lot of the upper echelon teams. What do you want your team going forward, especially for someone like a Sydney, who's a freshman?
Well, the brief conversation we had in the locker room, and we'll have much more in-depth ones, obviously, as we go along into the next phase for us, is that we've still got a lot of learning to do, a lot of growing up to do in terms of how to bring your best over and over and over again, possession to possession to possession, half to half. We still have too many people that play a great second half or lead us in the first half and then are nowhere to be found in the second half. And so that process of learning what my best is, and I think we've gotten closer to realizing that, doing a better job of being more self-aware, but then what my best is and then how I continually put that at the forefront, that's where we're at. We're still not as consistent with that as we should be.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.